Hello, guys, and welcome back. Welcome back to Dylan's Little Hobbies. And in today's video, today is indeed just a random live stream. I was kind of feeling bored today. To be honest with you, I've been kind of feeling bored today, and I just decided, go live, see who shows up, see if anyone shows up. Won't be just great if I just do this video and no one shows up. And I just sit here for half an hour talking to myself while nobody shows up. Yes, that is what today's video is going to be. I'm just going to talk about Disney, and no one's going to show up in the comments. No one's going to show up in the comments. It's just going to be me talking about Disney for half an hour with no one showing up at all. That's what today's plan is. I think that's what today's plan is. Yes. So yeah, it's really funny. Out of all my issues with Disney, I have. And let me tell you, most of them that I just have my issues with Disney is really just that I'm a little bored. Oh wow, someone actually showed up. What is up, Austin? Welcome. I'm glad someone showed up. I thought I was going to end up doing this for half an hour with no one showing up. I figured that would be my case. Yeah, and I sent you a link if you want to come on Austin. But in today's video, I was just bored. So I decided to go live for no reason. I actually want to talk about some of the new projects coming from Disney, and mostly the problems I have with Disney. Let me just finish that conversation that I was just having. Is basically the only thing that I have with Disney, the only gripe I have with Disney right now, is really that a lot of their content for me was boring, and now they've really just started to change. They started to change. Like a lot of the content that is now coming out is actually really great, and I'm really interested in it, and doesn't seem to, have a lot of real world issues in it or anything like that. So I'm starting to Disney is starting to make me turn around on my feelings towards them, which I'm happy about. I hope they continue that. I want to love Disney. I just have so many problems with the liking Disney right now. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, you know what? I just want to talk about some of these cool projects that are coming out that I really am kind of excited for, and I'm surprised that I'm excited for actually. So let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and go over them. Let's share the screen for a minute. Let's share the screen. There we go. All right, I think the first thing I really want to talk about is Star Wars, because, I mean, Star Wars Visions, first off. Star Wars Visions. I mean, it's an animated, it's an anime for Star Wars. I cannot wait. I am just so excited for it. I am just super, super excited for it. Now, my opinions on the Bad Batch are not that high. By the way, I don't know. So I was planning to do this along with Ninjoid, but he's working on other stuff. So I might just come out with a rewrite video on how I would personally rewrite the Bad Batch, and I don't know if Ninjoid's going to be part of that, because Ninjoid's pretty busy. I'll have to ask him next time I see him, because that's something that I got to do. But yeah, the Bad Batch, it was mediocre. It was underwhelming. It was alright, but yeah. Come to think of it, so this is the investor meme that came from Star Wars. We know Rangers of the New Republic is put on hold. who knows if that show will even get off of the ground, considering what happened with Gina Carano. Don't want to discuss that, really, do we? I don't think any of us wants to really discuss that. But, you know, Rogue Squadrons. Rogue Squadrons really looks interesting. We really don't know much about that. Rogue Squadrons looks pretty good. I'm not excited for Star Wars: The Acolyte at all, really. But it's weird. I go through these cycles of I'm interested in it, and then I'm bored with it, and I'm not looking forward to it. Then they get me back interested in it again. And another project that I should really talk about that I'm actually really looking forward to now is Andor. I think the reason why I've always been interested in Andor is because it's called Star Wars. It's called Star Wars. I want to see some more. I want to see some dark side, and not just to the bad guys, but remember the good guys too. And something that I really liked about Andor in that movie was just that one moment where he's sitting, he's there with the guy that's panicking. He says it's gonna be all right, and then he shoots him. He backstabs him. He backstabs him, and it's understandable why. Sometimes you gotta do some of the worst things to hopefully save the day, and that's what Andor is all about. So I'm really looking forward to the next Andor series. I know the best part of that movie, K2SO, is not going to be a part of season 1 of Andor. I'm fine with that. I actually am really looking forward to seeing what they do with Andor. Now, the Lando show, I was looking forward to this. Frankly, I don't know what to think about the Lando show now. I guess I'm looking forward to it. I want to see what they do with it at least. It should be at least interesting to see what the Lando show comes out to be. Let's see. Do I got any more chats? Oh, look. Hey, the Sean, what is going on? Oh, there he is. There is Let's stop sharing the screen. What is up, Austin?
Not much. I finished Three Below. Starting Wizards today.
Great, because guess what? I literally just started watching Wizards last night. I'm only on episode 2.
I'm on episode 3 right now.
Oh, you are? Oh, that's fantastic. I'm on episode 2. What are you thinking about 3 Below? Just give your initial thoughts on it.
I would say overall season 2 is definitely a lot better than season 1. I have some problems, but I'd say overall it definitely flows together really well, especially setting up Wizards. I think it does it very well. The
Yeah, it
characters
does.
are great, and I say overall it's strong. I would rather watch Troll Hunters season 3 over 3 Below. I think Troll Hunters is just a better overarching story because it's like you can't. It's like they had more episodes and they had 3 seasons, right? So it's like they're gonna have probably the better overarching story. But I'd say overall, 3 Below is a good not necessarily spin-off, but like a good continuation of the Arcadia series. So I'm
Yeah.
just interested to see how Wizards is gonna basically not necessarily end it because I know that there's the movie last, but I want to see how like it ends, kind of like the show side of the Arcadia series.
Yeah, and I'm speaking of the movie. I'm really interested if, because I've heard no news. Ninjoid would be the one to tell you, but I'm really interested. Are they planning to do another movie or another show after this, or is the movie the end of the series?
As far as I know,
Or-
it's
Yeah,
As far as
it's
I
not
know
good,
right
right?
now, it is the end. Unless the only other thing I heard is that they were going to do some kind of shorts kind of things to kind of like maybe like because I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
But I
neither
am
do I.
intrigued.
Yeah. Oh boy. So, yeah, I actually, I'm just gonna say, Aja. It's really funny because when I saw these two characters in Troll Hunters, right? I didn't really care for these characters at all. I thought they were really weird, and then I hear that there's a show about them. I'm like, oh, this is not gonna be good. But Aja actually became one of my favorite characters out of the show. I would say Jim, Strickler, and Aja are probably my three favorite characters out of the Arcadia world right now. You
Yeah,
know?
when it comes to like the main characters, Arcadia usually nails it when it comes to their main characters because they're all likable. Like Jim, Claire, and Toby were likable in Troll Hunters. I thought
Yep.
Aja, Varvatos, and um
Her little brother Krell. Yeah.
yeah, Krell. I thought they were again very likable. The only real thing I was not a huge fan of was Aja and Steve's relationship. I thought that was kind of I don't know if that's just me, but it came off as like forced in a sense, a little bit.
I didn't think it felt forced. I think it felt to me. I think it felt corny, and like I didn't hate it, but yeah, it felt corny. To me. All right. Hello. Good evening, Archer. Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. Or I think it's a guy. Nice to see you, Archer. Nice to see you. Yeah. So back to the topic at hand. Trust me, Austin. I was bored, and I actually should be working on other things right now, including season 2 review of
Well,
Troll
I'm still
Hunter, but I just decided, you know what? Why not just hang out? Because I simply I want to talk about some of the really cool stuff that we have coming out of Disney lately, and it's actually crazy because I out of all things I have had so many problems with what's been going on with Disney, and it's crazy to me that now I'm actually starting to get excited for a couple of these things. So I was talking about Star Wars. Go ahead and give your opinions on any of this, the future stuff that's coming out. I mean, we already seen Bad Batch.
yeah. So when it comes to like these shows, I mean, or just stuff that's coming out, Rogue Squadron, I'm skeptical about because of who's directing it, and also it'll be interesting, but I'm a little frightened for it. Lando, I just don't really care for. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
necessarily saying I hate Lando. It's just I again just nah. Mando season 3. I mean, I'm interested. Visions is going to be good. I hope.
Oh,
Rangers of
Vision's gonna be great.
The New Republic show. I mean, I don't even think that's going to happen at this point. So
Neither do I.
Andor. I mean, I'm excited for it. I liked Rogue One, so it'll be
Yeah.
really cool. The Obi-Wan Kenobi show. I mean, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi, and we're gonna see some really
Yeah.
cool shit coming out of it, and it's Ewan McGregor. And the Acolyte, which I believe is gonna be more a Sith centered, at least I
Yeah.
think. I'm excited for it because we usually see it based primarily on the light side's perspective.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna get one direct, mainly, or I'm just gonna use it as shortened. In the Sith's point of view, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. For me, Rogue Squadrons really looks interesting, so I'm interested in it. I can't say I'm too hyped for it, but I'm interested in it. Rangers of the New Republic, I don't even think is gonna happen. I know that's put on hold, but it's like, come on, there's no way they're gonna do that show anymore. Star Wars Visions, I am super excited for. You are right about Star Wars The Mandalorian Season 3. I cannot wait for that. I mean, uh, do you think that Luke Skywalker and Baby Yoda are gonna show up in season 3?
I think they might show up, but I don't think it's going to be for like a major role. Like I think maybe
Exactly.
Grogu will come back for like a bigger role than Luke because again it
Yeah.
depends. Well, I think Mark Hamill would be open to doing it, but you also have to factor in the amount of money that it would take to just do like more stuff with the CGI. So I think they're gonna limit him to more of like he's not gonna be a main character, but I think he's gonna have more of like a not necessarily a cameo role, but it's like an in between. Like you're gonna see him a little bit, but you're not gonna see him throughout the entire season.
Yeah, and I mean something else that I am so something that I thought of actually was I think what might happen is okay, Luke might need like a lightsaber because remember that poster we have that poster of him with a lightsaber crystal which was
Yeah.
super cool. I think what might happen, and again, we don't really know, but I think what might happen, what might be cool, is if Luke Skywalker calls up Mando and is like, "Hey, we need you to go find parts." And after Mando has dealt with his people, he and Lil Grogu finds parts and then brings them back to Luke, where Luke trains Grogu more. But yeah, I think he's more gonna be like a side character or a cameo character. I hope to see more of him, but I highly doubt that he'll be like a major role or anything like that. Yeah, and then there's the Lando series. Like I was saying, bro. Like I really liked. You know what? I really liked the actor that played Lando in what was that movie called? Solo, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so I liked the actor, and because of the actor, I was like super into it. But now, that the way things are going, it just doesn't look like it's gonna be that good to me. There's really nothing from it. We don't know anything from it. I'd much rather have a Crimson Dawn show or like a Darth Maul show. Mostly Crimson Dawn, but Darth Maul would be awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you could even do like Darth Maul with Crimson Dawn.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That would just be really awesome. The Andor series, though, man, I don't know what it is. I really liked Rogue One, and I feel like Andor was like the darkest character in that movie. So I'm hoping that we get some darkness in Star Wars. I think this might be the darkest property that Star Wars has ever come out with, besides what they do with the Acolyte. So I'm really interested in this because here we have a whole bunch of heroes, um, probably doing bad things for the right reasons, right?
Right.
I hope to see something like that. I hope to see stuff like that in Andor. And then personally, when it comes to the Acolyte, this is my only problem with the Acolyte right now, is that they keep saying it's going to be a female-centric show, which, a female-centric show is not my problem. But my main problem is that this is supposed to be a High Republic female-centric show, and I do not like the High Republic at all. That's why I'm worried about the Acolyte. What are
Yeah,
your
I mean, I heard this is like coming from guys like Star Wars Theory and a couple of the bigger YouTubers is that the Acolyte's going to have some also political stuff as well. Um, I don't know if that's actually true or not, but if it is, then yeah, that's going to take me out of the show really quickly because we know Kathleen Kennedy and them, they're really big on that stuff, and I really don't want to see it like be a big part. Like I'm okay if you do it like in a way where it's like it's not noticeable.
Exactly. Yeah. Like for example, how they actually turn Loki by. I mean, in the show itself, it was like a quick and done moment. No one cared. you know,
Exactly.
if they do it like that, then who cares? But it's when they really dive into that type of story, which they tend to do with the books. That's why I'm so against the High Republic. Okay, Star Wars: A Droid Story. Um, what the heck is a droid story supposed to be about? Isn't this supposed to be the what's that droid called? Dang it, I can't remember the name of that story. The name
Oh,
of that droid, the box droid.
I don't know because I thought it was gonna be something on. I thought it was gonna be kind of like a R2D2 and C3PO show.
Yeah, yeah. That I wish we would get more R2 and C3PO. That would be cool if they do that. But come to think of it, speaking of R2 and C3PO, not necessarily R2 because R2 is just about anyone can voice that little droid. But Anthony Daniels, the voice of C3PO, man, how old is that guy? Like he's getting up there in age, right?
Yeah, he's got to be a lot older than. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's got to be maybe in his. I don't know how old he is. I'm thinking either his late 80s, early 70s, unless I'm
yeah,
way off the mark.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna search it up real quick because yeah, and this isn't to say that Anthony Daniel should stop working or anything like that, but it's just crazy because that guy has been C3PO from the very beginning. I mean, here's the hope that he'll be C3PO till the end of time, right?
Right.
uh, how old is Anthony? 75. He looks pretty good for 75.
Oh, he's 75?
Yeah, he looks pretty
Damn.
good for 75. I would have guessed he was in his 60s. You know what I mean? Mark
Yeah.
Hamill is 70. I guess that makes sense that he's 75. But it's crazy because he's been a C3PO since the very beginning. And here's the hope that he'll always be C3PO till the end of time. But, not everyone lives forever. So the only Star Wars projects I'm most excited for is Rogue Squadrons. Really, that's interesting. I'm definitely interested in Rogue Squadrons. Austin here has some. You have some problems with the director. Who's the director of that?
Patty Jenkins.
That explains it. that explains. I mean, Birds of Prey.
No, Patty Jenkins didn't do Birds of Prey. She did Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman 1984.
Oh, what? Who did Birds of Prey? I can't remember
Bird,
who that was. I thought
Birds
it
of
was Patty Jenkins, but I guess I'm wrong.
Birds of Prey was made by Kathy Yan.
Kathy Ann. Oh boy. Birds of Prey. No offense if you like Birds of Prey, but that's a interesting movie. Like I don't think it's the worst thing ever, but it's not the best.
No,
Uh,
it's not.
yeah, but yeah. Here's hopefully that Anthony Daniels is C3PO forever. I can't believe the guy is 75. Of all things, that's crazy to me. Then again, it makes sense considering Star Wars is ancient now, man. It's getting up there.
Yeah,
It's gonna be around even after us, hopefully.
yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah. All right. And then yeah, so we got that, and while it's not shown here because obviously they didn't want to spoil anything because of Mando season 2, but we have the Boba Fett show, and is it just me? Is it just me, or are they really wanting to hype up that show? I mean, we got Boba Fett in both visions, and we find out that uh, Omega is his sister in Bad Batch. Like, is it just me, or are they really hyping that show up to be amazing?
Well, I mean, Boba Fett is like a really popular character, and I'm pretty sure they're like, well, this is definitely going to bring in viewers of, people who like The Mandalorian because Boba Fett was even in Mandalorian season 2.
Yeah,
So
that was cool too.
you combine that as well. It's really the main thing that I would say is that they're just, they're just, it's just they want to kind of capitalize on Mando's popularity while at the same time capitalizing on Boba's.
Yeah, and I mean, we're also getting a lot of Boba in the comic books right now as well. It seems they're really building up to the Boba Fett show, which is good. The Book of Boba Fett, I think, is good. I just hope that and this isn't to say that I think it won't, but I hope that lives up to the hype. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because the Bad Batch really didn't live up to anyone's hype, I think. Yeah.
No, it didn't.
And then, of course, there's the Ahsoka show. I love Ahsoka. Out of everything that they have here, when I heard that the Ahsoka was being pushed back, apparently now, it's really weird. I'm getting mixed messages about the Ahsoka, man. Is the Ahsoka show pushed back or not?
That I don't know because I really haven't looked at that stuff in quite a while. Because the last time I checked Ahsoka, it might have been. I mean, it's probably gonna be. I don't. Did they even announce a release date for it?
No, they never did.
They never. Oh, they didn't.
No, they only said that it was supposed to come out after Rangers of the New Republic, which my guess would have been after Mando season 3. And now, because Rangers of the New Republic is out of the picture, people were saying that Ahsoka was next, and people were saying that Ahsoka has been pushed back, and now they're saying, oh, it's going forward. But I'm getting mixed messages of when the show is supposed to happen. But Thor Skywalker just today, if you know who Thor Skywalker is, came out with a video about the Ahsoka show of all things, I mean, we're basically getting Rebels season 5 from this show. We're going to hopefully be finding Ezra, hopefully be finding Thrawn. Getting the Thrawn trilogy, the original Thrawn trilogy. Who knows if Luke will join the team or not there? That'd be really interesting if he does. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the number one thing that I really am curious about is Rex. I mean, by this point, we know that at the end of episode 6, which takes place at the end of Rebels, which might be far later on in the future or whatever, but we know that Rex is still alive. But by the time the Ahsoka show comes out, like, do you really think Rex is going to be alive? Like, how old can Rex get before he passes? Is he going to be the last clone alive?
He probably passed during because he's not alive during Mando, so I'm gonna unless he is, because if he is, then shit, we could even see Mando, but because clones from last time I checked, they age like slower to a degree.
Yeah. I mean, so they grow up double the speed of a normal human at first, and then as they age, it slows, but it's still aging. They still
Right.
get old.
I think by the Ahsoka show, he's probably passed.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Time will tell. That will definitely be a surprise. Yeah, and then there's really no other Star Wars news. I mean, coming out from this one. Let's go ahead over to Marvel, for God's sakes, So, God, look at this list. Now that I look at this list, I'm rolling my eyes, dude. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I'll just simply say my thoughts about this without going too in deep with it. I didn't think that show was very good. What's your opinion on Falcon and Winter Soldier? I know you didn't think it was the great thing either.
I enjoyed Falcon Winter Soldier. I agree. It's not like all these Marvel shows. I don't think are the best things in the MCU. I think they're fine for what they are. So I enjoyed Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but it's not a particular favorite because I do have issues. Like I'm not a fan of the politicalness of the show, and the Carly was not a good villain, but there were a lot of great, big, huge positives with it. I think another nitpick I have is that when it comes to Sam, I get that he was Captain America in the comics, but he can have the shield and not be called Captain America.
Yeah, yeah. And then Wanda Vision. I actually, when it first came out, I love WandaVision, and I'm afraid my opinion on WandaVision has skewed a little bit, not by very much. I still really love WandaVision. I was watching it with my dad the other day, actually. It still holds up. It's still a pretty interesting story to watch. But, dude, the thing that I can't get over is the fact that they didn't have Doctor Strange in it. And then what Kevin Feige said about Doctor Strange, it's disappointing to me.
Yeah, I think the problem is with WandaVision is that people over theorized everything, like, oh, Mephisto's gonna be in it, and other things too. Which it's fine. Like you can theorize about stuff, but I think people did theorize too much to where they kind of hyped themselves, overhyped it themselves, like, oh my god, crazy shit's gonna happen. But then I'm kind of thinking about it, I'm like, well, it's a show. Like it's not supposed to. It's like a side story, but at the same time, it's setting up other stuff. WandaVision does do that. I don't think it did it well. I think the overall show was good. There were problems, and I was not a huge fan. They should have had Doctor Strange, and they should have had instead of the Skrulls.
Yeah. Just real quick, let's go ahead and acknowledge the chat because I haven't acknowledged the chat, and I probably should. So, I don't have Disney Plus anymore. Yeah, actually, strangely, a little while ago, I was said you don't need Disney Plus, but now you might want to get it back. The only yeah, we already talked about that one. I'm going to skip this comment here, the next one, but I understand that he absolutely hates the Bad Batch. Keisha Walker, nice to see ya. Tim Possible, sup, man? Nice
What's
to
up,
see
Tim?
you around here. We're just hanging out. Yeah, and everyone's just saying hi to Tim. Nice to see you, Tim. Nice to see you here, dude. We're just kind of hanging out, talking about some of the future projects that Disney is coming out with. Mostly, I was just bored, so I just wanted to do this, and Austin showed up. Thanks for being here, man. I wonder where Ninja is.
He's probably doing something. Probably.
Yeah, probably editing episode 8 again. I know he has a lot of work on episode 8 to do. Okay, so continuing with it, Loki was fantastic. I know you didn't think it was.
No, I personally didn't know.
No. But what's really actually amazing out of all of these right here, I think What If is honestly the best we have gotten so far, and it's only been 2 episodes when it
Yeah,
comes to
I
the
agree with that. And
yeah.
honestly, I think I might have been the only one that was real. The only thing I was really excited for was What If, because I am a huge fan of multiverse stories. I think I've said this multiple times. I like the idea of, going through a certain story, but what if a character did this or if a character did that? Like, I own a what if story about what if, certain events in Civil War were different. Like, what if Captain America, led all the heroes against the registration? And what if, Iron Man, Captain America actually, made up during Civil War? Like, I want to see like possibilities like that in this show.
Yeah.
And some of them, and it's so far been crazy shit.
Yeah, what if it's funny because out of everything here, I would think Loki, Wanda Vision, and I was interested in the black in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I wouldn't say that I was like super hyped, but I wanted to like the character. I just ended up never liking the character. But I would say out of all of this, What If was the my least favorite, and it's funny because right now, well, Captain Marvel 2 would be my least favorite, but I would say What If right now is the best there is. I mean, I would go as far as saying that and spoilers for What If you don't want to hear this, I'm not gonna go into too deep. But if you know about what the first 2 episodes are, then you're fine. Uh, what's her name? Peggy as Captain America. I thought that was actually really interesting. Like when I first heard of the concept, I was rolling my eyes, but man, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the animation. I enjoyed the art. I enjoyed the music, but mostly I enjoyed the character story and difference. You know.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna say his name wrong. I say his name. I feel like I say his name wrong all the time.
Yeah.
Chichala. Black Panther. I can't believe it because I think the Panther movie is one of Marvel's best works. Not the best ever, but one of Marvel's best movies. I actually prefer the character T'Challa in this storyline than I did in the other storyline, and I even think that he was better than Quill when it comes to Star Lord. Um, and I'm not even going to get. Have you heard the stupid backlash? I mean, I don't want to get into it, but there's stupid backlash about it, bro. Like, people are so crazy today.
Well, what's the backlash about?
I'm just gonna put in the comments in the private chat. There it is. Which is completely wrong.
Yeah, that is wrong.
Yeah, which is just completely crazy. Hey
Oh, we
LDG,
got L.
what is it? What is it?
What's
We're
up,
just
LDG?
going. Yeah, we're just going through these. So now we get into the stuff that we haven't seen. So the Eternals. I swear, I have had pretty much no interest in the Eternals. When the first trailer came out, I thought, huh, what's up with the Dorito ship? That's about it. But man, that trailer was good. Your thoughts?
Yeah, the trailer was good, but I'm still it's still not like my most I'm not excited for it though, because again, I don't know who the Eternals are, and I'm also just like, well, especially from some of the marketing of this film. I'm like, oh god, here we go. But I'm intrigued to see where they're gonna go with it. I mean, I'm just expecting some good action, a good story, and some good visuals. I mean, I think it's like you said about Spider-Man No Way Home. It's like gonna be a good popcorn movie. I hope it's like a good popcorn movie when it comes to the
Yeah.
Eternals.
Yeah, and while it's not here because Spider-Man is actually a Sony film that's part of the MCU, um, yeah, my thoughts. Yeah, I'm expecting a good popcorn film out of it. I don't think it's gonna be the best ever, but I'm expecting a good popcorn flick out of it. Now, Hawkeye. Before I talk about Hawkeye, Black Widow was a great movie. And if you watch Black Widow, you kind of get an idea of what's going to happen in Hawkeye. And I'm really kind of hyped. I'm really kind of interested in Hawkeye. At least we don't know a whole lot, but we do know that Hawkeye is going to be training his daughter. I believe, correct in this.
I think it's gonna be Kate Bishop.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. She-Hulk, you know, I just hope they don't go the whole route of turning She-Hulk into the actual monster that Hulk is. Because we all know that She-Hulk from the comic books and the TV shows how she's actually supposed to look. I hope
Yeah.
they don't make her a monster like the actual Hulk, right? But that's something to actually bring up is Professor Hulk. I'm not a fan of what they've done with Hulk in the MCU personally. I think he should have had a much better role in the series. Um, and even though he's still one of my favorite superheroes, tragic superheroes, uh, I don't know. I kind of feel like I almost wish that this wasn't about She-Hulk. I almost wish that this was about how Hulk turned into, and maybe they'll explain that in this movie. But I almost feel like we should actually get a storyline of how Hulk turned into Professor Hulk. Try to make it where it at least would be acceptable. More acceptable because it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even have this on, did I?
No, I don't think you did.
Yeah, so we're talking about these. This right here, we're talking about She-Hulk right now. Yeah, I mean, really, we get Infinity War, and then just in Endgame, he's Professor Hulk. Like, what happened in between? We never found out what was going on there. And personally, to me, I think it was much better when Hulk was two characters. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
that. But even then, I
It-
was not a huge. I'm kind of with you in the sense I don't like Hulk in the MCU. Like Edward Norton to me in his one movie was better than Mark Ruffalo in all the Avengers movies because
I agree.
other than maybe the first one, Hulk is really is basically a child, and
Yeah.
they kind of make him not necessarily how do I put
They make
this?
him a joke.
He's not like yeah, he's a joke. And then they make him Professor Hulk, and I was not a huge fan of Professor Hulk either. So
Yeah.
when it comes to She-Hulk, I don't want to see the thing that will make me really upset is if they kill Hulk off just to replace him with She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Which I
Yeah.
hope
I
that's
mean,
the case.
and I feel exactly the same way. That's why I am not looking forward to, first off, Black Panther 2, which is not on here. Black Panther 2, I don't know. I don't even want them to do Black Panther 2 at this point. I don't want to see them destroy the legacy of T'Challa, or more importantly, the legacy of the actor who played it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? which will be terrible. But they have to do something, right? Because what are they gonna do? Is he just gonna go on vacation and give his sister the powers? Like that will make no sense. So they're better off. They're better off not doing it, even though I know they're going to. And then Thor: Love and Thunder. Dude, I am so scared of Thor: Love and Thunder. Like, I'm interested in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and that I think they're doing like a Christmas special or something like that with Thor. That's going to be funny. That's going to be great. But I'm not looking forward to Thor: Love and Thunder because. Dude, they're just gonna do female Thor and they're just gonna kill him off. That's really how I feel. Like, what's the point? Yeah, what's the point? And I mean, Thor has been through so much. Like, he's finally, and he didn't even become king at the end of Endgame. He should have became king at the end of Endgame. I'm sorry. I like Valkyrie, but he should have became king at the end. So I'm afraid that movie is just going to be girl power woke. So I really don't want to see Thor: Love and Thunder at all. Speaking of girl power and wokeness, Captain Marvel 2.
Oh, God. Do you want my honest opinion on this?
Go ahead.
I don't like Captain Marvel. I don't like her in the comics. I sure as hell didn't like her movie. This is probably going to be one of the... I think it's going to be one of the MCU movies I'm just flat out not going to watch.
Yeah, I'm with you there, man. So it's so weird, and actually, here's an interesting comparison. I actually compare her to Superman. Like, super powerful, not a lot of interest to her character. I mean, I enjoyed the movie more than I enjoyed her in the character. In fact, she was the worst part of her own movie to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, and again, I agree with you because I don't think she's relatable. She's a character that's super OP. She's like basically indestructible, essentially. Like, I don't relate to that. I relate to characters like Iron Man and Captain America, like, because as much as, like, you know, granted, like, Captain America has the super soldier serum, he's still a human. Like, he can still die.
Yep.
And Iron Man can die. He's a guy in armor.
And
you got guys like,
you know, connects to Thanos of all things.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm not saying like characters like Captain Marvel can't be likable or can't be relatable. It's just you have to do a better job than what, you know, the first movie did, because it didn't help that I don't like her in the comics because she's basically the exact same way. I just don't like her. And I especially don't like the actress that they got for her. So Captain Marvel 2, I'm not excited, and I'm also not excited for Miss Marvel because I don't like Miss Marvel either.
But I will say this: Monica Rambeau might be the only reason why I might actually sit down and watch Miss Marvel. Is she going to be in Captain Marvel 2? I highly doubt it. I really liked her in Wanda Vision.
That I don't know, but I would think she probably will be in Miss Marvel.
Yeah, she might be the only reason why I even watch that show, because I mean, it's just not going to be good. And then I hear that they're going to be making Ironheart's a movie, but if they do that, I mean, apparently it's going to be someone who like steals Iron Man's tech and then becomes a hero. I'm like, no. I'm like, you know what they really should do? And this is hilarious that I bring this up because right now I am writing fan fictions. It's just taken me so long, but I have a fan fiction idea for a movie that they could do where it would be uh, what's her name? I can't remember Tony Stark's daughter's name, but it would be
Morgan.
Tony Stark's daughter, Morgan. Thank you. I think what would be cool is if we had a time travel story with Morgan, and you going back in time, meeting her father. Her father never finds out who she is. By the way, of course not. We can't have that. But I don't know. A time travel story with Morgan, the suits. Maybe she would be trying to undo the death of Tony Stark, only to understand by the end of the movie his true sacrifice, something like that. But I would like a movie like that with um, young Morgan as the main character. I think that would be cool. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I canceled my subscription to Disney Plus after seeing Loki. What? Episode 1 was probably the best of Loki. Okay, the second best. I have another episode that I liked a whole lot more, even though I feel like so. You remember? And sorry for spoilers, but I highly doubt you're gonna watch it anyway. Remember that moment in the Loki show where we meet all the other Lokis?
Yes.
I wish that was the entire episode. I could watch an entire series of just Loki telling his story and then fighting the other Lokis, trying to become the king of all Lokis. Like that was great. Unfortunately, that's almost sidelined in that episode, and then we get to the end stuff, which I just didn't think. I do love that episode for it, but I needed more of that. It got sidelined too quickly. Okay. Yes, LGG. It's nice to see you, man. Okay. Hey guys, how's it going? Have been having a really hard night. You've been having a hard night too? Yeah, unfortunately, that's actually kind of why I decided to go live because personally I've had some trouble. So you know how I have a seahorse tank, right, Austin?
Yes.
So I have a coral called Xenia, and it's the only coral I keep in the aquarium because of the seahorses. They're very delicate. Most corals can hurt them. The Xenia coral is the only one that can. Well, I could do a water change for almost 3 weeks, and I've finally been able to do a water change. But I noticed that my Xenia coral, parts of it have died, and I'm trying to get it to recover. I'm afraid like I have so there's my mother coral and then I have like six mini ones and the six mini ones are doing fine, but I'm afraid I'm gonna lose my mother coral, dude. That's hitting me hard right now because I love that coral, but let's get off that topic. And Archer is just saying hi to Kavari. Let's get back on to the Marvel stuff. Yeah, I think we just about talked about everything Marvel, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts? So you really liked Luca, right? Pixar's Luca.
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it yet? I thought
No,
you
not
watched
yet.
it with me and Nindroid.
No.
No, it was me and Kavari that watched it. It's actually a really good movie. You should check it out. Um, and then their next movie is supposed to be Blushing Red, Turning Red, or whatever it is. I don't know. It doesn't look that good to me. And actually, none of the Disney stuff actually looks that good to me. But I hope because it's Pixar, I hope Turning Red actually is probably a good movie. It doesn't look like a Pixar movie to me though. It looks like a DreamWorks movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Where did I have that? Nope, not here. I wonder. I don't know where it is. Huh? I thought I had the page open, but apparently I don't. So, but yeah. So and then there's those darn Disney live action remakes. I don't care about any of those at all. I kind of wish they would
Yeah.
stop those. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
kinda
care
wish
for them
they would.
either.
Yeah. But at least we got the Disney stuff. We got the Star Wars stuff. A couple of really cool things are coming out pretty soon that I'm quite interested in. I mean, What If is fantastic. Can't wait for the next episode. Do you know what the
Yeah.
next episode is supposed to be about?
No, I guess we gotta wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It comes out tomorrow. Hopefully, you guys can check out Sour's stream, guys, because Sour does. No, he does it every other week. I don't think he wants to do it this week. I think he wants to do it next week.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, but that should be fun. Next episode should be a lot of fun, I think. All right, and then I guess talk about anything you want. I guess. I mean, I really don't know. You want to wrap it up here? I don't really know what else to talk about now. Talked
I
about
mean,
everything I want to.
I mean, you should do what. I mean, it's your stream, so I mean, I think you should just do what you think is best.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. We've been going. I've been going live for an hour. Austin, thanks for joining me, man. Honestly, I thought no one would show up. I thought I was gonna end up doing this entire thing, sitting here for like half an hour without without anyone in the comments. For God's sakes, I want to thank LDG. I want to thank, of course, Kavari, Archer, Keisha Walker. Of course, we have Tim and Deshaun. A lot of people actually tuned in. A lot more than I actually thought was going to tune in. And of course, we have Austin Ayard here. Austin, go ahead and tell people where they can find you at, man.
You know what? You can just basically find me everywhere at this point. You can find me on my channel, where I'm at over 180 subs. I do a bunch of streams over there. Find my Droid's channel for Galactic Chat and his stuff. Zach's channel for the Halloween reviews. You can find me on Dylan's channel, Sauerkraus's channel. You can find me on JJ's channel, The Real View 3000, LDG, Geeks Enjoy. Everywhere. Follow me on Twitter at the Austator17 and follow Chaos Central's Twitter and subscribe to Chaos Central. Thanks for having me on, Dylan.
Yeah, no problem, man. So, yeah, I decided just to do this live stream just out of boredom and just to pass the time. I should get back to work now, unfortunately. So, yeah, thank you guys for being here. Disney is coming out with a lot of interesting stuff that I'm actually looking forward to, and I cannot wait to see it. Thank you guys for checking out this video. Like, share, and of course, subscribe, guys. Yeah, I want to thank you guys all for over 100 subs. Thank you guys for that. I'm still doing that because I gotta thank you guys for over 100 subs. That's just fantastic. I'm literally at 108 now. That's fantastic to me. Thank you guys so much for that. All right. So, thank you guys, and I am out. Bye.